Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm kind of testing this out a little bit. Okay, let's see if it'll zoom in. That looks pretty good. Anyway, I was wanting to welcome you to the page, of course. Mercy Grace meditation, and realizing that we think too much with our heads. Okay, and a meditation, that's what it's all about. I mean, we will even do meditation when you least expected that you really were even doing it, like even a brisk walk in silence. Okay, and this is a must, especially in spiritual warfare. Definitely in spiritual warfare. It's that still, soft voice, and you end up having a relationship. When you are born again, you end up having a relationship, and you see your life transforming. Now, I was just wanting to play some of the music that I'll listen to, and my culture and more my generation before me, that culture, I have come to realize in my rebirth, reborn, it's almost like a brand new life. You know, a lot of people have to have a life death experience. Sometimes it's literally death. Okay, throughout my whole life, even as a young child, I have experienced death in a state of complete, loss of heartbeat, death, and the experience of basically as a child having like a heart attack, like a very high speed in heart rate, and then getting very scared. And our spirit, when we are born, when God gives breath into us, okay, we are assigned an angel. Everybody is assigned an angel to take to and we will judge that angel. So the angel is for us. He's always for us. Home Plus is kicking off the summer with a one-day only event this Saturday. Okay. I hate when that happens. So we are assigned an angel, and he will, when we are born again and we have this new life, he will protect us, and you'll begin to understand that that's exactly, you see where, oh my gosh, you just put yourself in so much danger, or you didn't see this danger. I think my granddaughter's home. I forgot. We got classes there in the summer, and I seen the bus. Okay, I'm going to have to pause you real quick. And this is this interruptions that I talk about constantly on my page. My pages is the interruptions and the because patterns will change in your life, okay? And when you also, like I'm saying, like, and I'm staying on track, the Spirit's keeping me there, you'll notice that you've been protected. Okay, they will not let her off the bus unless somebody's there. Okay. Okay, yeah, it was. It's all taken care of. God takes care of everything. So, anyway, and the thing is, when I woke up this morning, I did not think about my granddaughter getting off the bus. I knew that they had a 2-week, vacation, and 2 of them had to go to, like, summer school camp, whatever. So anyway, that's how the Spirit will literally, like, this is authentic. This is an authentic video. That's how the Spirit will intervene no matter what you're doing. It's just like when it comes to meditation, what you choose, what you slowly end up choosing, and the routine you end up breaking to make time for making. I'm talking to kids too. I know I am. I love you guys so much. Grandma loves you. Anyway, and when you get excited to make that time that you experience, because God wants our attention. He will go to extremes to get a nation's attention. A nation's attention. From frogs to a bright light with Paul. He will use, when you look around, you see the Creator. You see, and and science is trying to catch up. That living is, God is living. God is life. God is also powerful. In the Bible, you always see him in a dark cloud, especially when there's a warning coming. Even when, Jesus was on the cross, there was a clash and lightning. And so anyway, to get back onto the topic, when you break a habit to make a habit, it takes 3 weeks. So for this meditation group page, YouTube channel, I want to realize that our minds through life can be so busy. The emotional roller coaster can be so busy and so harmful to the body, okay, that we don't even, as women, we're really shallow breathers. So we don't take the time, and we're rush. God, truly, I got that poem. I'll put it up on my group page on Facebook. But the poem about, God telling the angel just how powerful he made the woman. Okay, and the woman and the man have to coincide, and they have to come into sync with harmony, forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself is, oh my God, if this resonates with you, put a thumbs up. If when we, I hate when this happens. And I do that sometimes. I know, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. We're out there to stand in correction and to stand our ground in truth. Okay, and finding that time to give back to yourself because you have stages in life to come out of the chaos, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes to start out with. Like literally. I mean, you can do this doing the dishes, taking a walk around the block, even if you're not emotional. And even when you feel like emotion, until you can get that under control and you have forgiven yourself and you start to heal yourself, these things are, you might go fishing. You might be a man that goes fishing, and you go fishing when your nerves have, like you've had it, okay, that is just, the body will make you slow down. Even like injuries, I used to fall off the ladder all the time, and I was so extremely lucky and graceful of falling off a ladder. I fell off of a 20-foot ladder, that could extend, 40-foot ladder. So I fell off that, and it could have went through the windshield or the shop's window, and somehow I slid down it. Yes, I got banged up, my knee, oh my gosh. But somehow my foot slipped through one of and I could stand, and I grabbed a hold of it just before it was going to crash into the windshield. Okay, so even though I did get hurt, in a way, I really didn't, because it could have been worse. I've had other ladders fall, and I just gracefully fall to the ground. I've ripped my knee cartilage on one of them. So the heavens will stop and slow you in some way and in some manner in your life, and sometimes we experience death. In my life, like I was saying earlier, now that I'm older and I've had things happen to me, I remember how it felt when I was little and my grandmother was caring for me. Okay, and I was a very ill child as a young child. I was very ill. I ended up having to get tubes eventually, but they did not realize I wasn't completely deaf, but I was really close to being deaf, and I guess they call it legally deaf under the limit of 3 or 4 or whatever. Um, but they didn't realize this till I ended up going to kindergarten. So they put tubes in my ears and stuff like that. But anyway, I've had my eardrum bust as a teenager. You may as well say I was a teenager. I was 16 years old, and I got clobbered across the. Anyway, for the longest time, and even sometimes still, if I'm in a crowd, I have to, whoever I'm talking to, I have to have them on this side, because on this side it's muffled. Okay, that has changed. It's off and on. It does change, and it also tells me when I need to pull away from whatever it is I'm doing, my studies that I'm doing. Headache. A headache will tell you simply you need water. Sorry about that. Now, I'm not exactly sure where I left off. I had been going on and it wasn't playing. Um, so we're on medication. That's what it is. We're on meditation. God getting our attention. Okay, and when we introduce breath to us, it upsets me so much that I had it playing and it wasn't playing. Anyway, it's as simple as just getting up in the morning at first, and before my hand, you could just thank the Lord that you woke up, start stretching and meditating. I put my ice pads on, and I lay there for a while, and I lay into meditation. And there's a false thing out there, like you got to be in this lotus position or this uncomfortable, with your legs folded in certain ways. And that will come with time. You'll be able to do that kind of stuff, and you go to different levels and of awareness and that still soft voice. You have to come and settle your mind from all the chaos going on, trying to take care. You have to, even if it's just 5-10 minutes. When you're brushing your teeth or taking a shower, and I probably have already said that already, because I can't believe that it wasn't recording just a minute ago, and I do apologize about that. This is the interruptions that the Spirit will be talking through me like intensely, and then he'll tell me, I've been talking for 5 minutes and it's not even recording. So, our angels, I believe I put that, that we are born. Everyone that's born has a sign, angel, to protect them, and we judge them at the end when we're all bowing our knees and everything. We judge our angels. Our angels are for us, okay? And you got to understand that the enemy is always going to come in and interrupt. And I just want to say hello, grandkids. I love you. Grandma loves you. I got interrupted actually at first because I heard buses and I knew that the kids were getting off. But anyway, when we find the time to give 20-30 minutes a day, like reading the newspaper, in a sense that's kind of meditating because it's a focus, but reading a newspaper is mostly about bad things. That's meditating on bad things, more things, like I was just saying when I wasn't recording. Literally, I would think up what was going to happen. Okay, and it hadn't even happened yet. I would flip totally out, skids out about a thought that was in my brain that hadn't even happened yet. Okay, and being your head reeling and reeling and reeling. I would be lying if I said that this wasn't hard at first, but it's very possible. it has to happen at some point in your life. Like I said, the Spirit will guide you into certain places where you need quietness. And realize when you take a walk, take a walk by yourself. Okay? I don't think we do that often enough. Just take a walk by yourself. You don't need somebody to hold your hand. Take a walk by yourself. Okay? If you got a little fear going on because of the way it is out there, and that's the thing too, is you can turn everything off, even in your apartment. If you're in an apartment, turn everything off. Even unplug the freaking, excuse me, even that's a bad word. I may as well say the bad word if I'm going to say that. But even unplug the internet for a while. Stop that technology energy, which is not natural for our bodies, okay, and get plugged in the way our phone needs to be plugged in, into nature and everything. And open up your windows. Notice when you have children and you teach them meditation, if you have some children, parents out there, okay, you can grab a piece of celery or a piece of a carrot or even a grape, okay, and close your eyes or blindfold. I like blindfolding myself because then I actually see lights and figures. And anyway, that's, like I said, this takes time to get there. Okay, sometimes I don't see anything at all. I just see the light and that's it. And it's nothing. It's getting your mind to nothing so that your mind is not involved when something comes in. Okay? And then it's always good to stand steady, because that's the thing, is we're trying to find that moment that we can stand or sit or in silence. Okay, and yes, our thoughts coming in, that's okay. You don't have to be in a lotus position. You don't have to be sitting up straight. Always make sure that you're grounded, your feet are on the ground. So I'm saying you can go outside and get into the grass or whatever the case might be. Some of y'all with apartments, you have it up on the top, and it's kind of like you got to walk up into the grassy area. Maybe you have that area, of course, and then you have the dog walk area, where they go and you pick it up and throw it in the garbage. So anyway, I know a lot of you high rises out there, that's the way it is. You can still do that. You can even take your shoes off, because I know for a fact that those parks that they have above the buildings, they're so beautiful. I've seen some of them. So anyway, when you take that time to just take deep breaths in and out, it's almost like you're sifting through everything that's going on in your head, and you're just pushing it away and letting it go by, and some of the experience. And this is why I'm so excited to have this new page in the meditation. And then you realize too that the miracles happen not because you're meditating. That gives you benefits so that you can be calm. Jesus had that natural ability to just walk that way. And I sort of, like a little grain of sand, understand how he walked in that state of meditation. He just knew quantum physics. He did all kinds of stuff out there. He just knew quantum physics. So, and like I said, the science is just catching up. My grandmother spoke of things. She said, she always said, be really quiet. She spoke of things now that I see some, just a little bit of what she was talking about. And science wasn't even caught up to that until 3, 4, 5 years ago. So, our grandmas, our spirit knows everything. Once we understand that man really don't need to teach us anything. Okay, and if you really evaluate, once you get this time down, that you start spending with your time, and it's getting better, you get more excited because there's different things, different feelings, And even after you're done meditating in that time, whether it's just coffee with your eyes open or coffee and every now and then you're shutting your eyes just to start, you know, this will take you to a place that where you are not deceived, or you see where the distraction's going to come in before it even comes in. You know how to settle your mind, because like I said, the more you think about it, the more you focus on is what the more you're going to get. Okay, so when you see these patterns happening, you can interrupt them by simply starting your day. Now, I like doing it at night. I really do love doing it at night. I haven't been doing it as often as I used to, but I am getting back into that again. So it, and no one's told me that, you know, it's like, you know, something too, and it's like, okay, well, maybe your generation before you had done something like that or said something like that, heard the word vibration, you know, because our words have vibration, and it's just in our bodies. The spirit, when we expect and we realize how our angel, the spirit, can help us learn and understand and have skills to do the things that we didn't have before. I mean, if anyone told me that could do this technology and I could do this, you know, like secret detective stuff, looking over the internet and stuff, the way it works, okay, I would tell you you're insane. I can't even touch a computer without it breaking down, you know. And then when they change, because, you know, there's times, you know, you need help, you know. So I would go get food stamps. So they changed it. It wasn't from paper. It was on a computer. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? That was a good shift, because it was like, it was just always more hassle to get assistance than it was just, I love going out and just being successful. And I freaked out. Tell you this, I freaked out when all my children moved out of the house, and really I was alone, and I was very sick, and I had some injuries. So, you know, through my life, you know, I've had rough ones. Drinking, you know, I'm just sharing this with you so we can connect. You know, put a thumbs up if any of this resonates with you, you know. Put a comment below, or go right straight to my page. If you're watching me from Life Changing Grace, or LCG Spiritual Warfare, or LCG Divine Healing, then just skip on over. And anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. So if this resonates with you, put a thumbs up, share this, you know, because that's the thing, is that when we get together and we magnify God, we magnify the Spirit, it's not a coincidence you're watching this right now. So invite people to the meditation. You know, I want to slowly introduce this to you guys, because I'm having to remember what I went through, and it's really cool because the Spirit's already having me do it. So I'm sharing. I want to share with you. You know, you could do it just when you wake up. You could do it after you brush your teeth. You can do it during coffee, tea, or, you know, getting ready to, you know, wake up an extra hour before you got to get up and go. It'll be well worth it, I promise you. So, anyway, let's see here. I always have to do this, just a couple little tiny notes or whatever, but the still soft voice, always know by no doubt that your angel is watching you. And that's what's super cool too. You got to realize is that God is going to get our attention some way, and if our angel is not and cooperating with your spirit, okay, and having an open mind instead of just saying, no, I'm going to be like this forever, that's it, that's the way it is, and then it's going to be like, you know, Alzheimer's, you know. I used to think about that all the time. Okay, if I start forgetting things and things are a little different, and usually it's because I don't have enough water in me. Okay, I get a headache or whatever. Okay, that is the reason why this is so essential to giving back to yourself and stopping for a while, because we literally don't stop enough to actually realize that we didn't even have a bite to eat or anything to drink, or our minds can take us on a disastrous journey. So it is really, it's simple, not easy. Everything's always simple, you know, when you make that choice, but it's not easy at first. But you got to remember to only, in doing it every day, if it's just 10 or 20 minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes, even if it's just doing the dishes, okay, when you're doing the dishes, or whatever the case may be, your shower, anything in that matter, to try to introduce these breathing techniques, this time to clear your mind and to know, okay, every thought that's coming in your head is not there for you to evaluate it real quick and go and it's like slide in it. And the thing is when you do close your eyes, then it's really kind of cool when you make sure there ain't no knives in your in your sink. But closing your eyes and doing the dishes will also open up more focus to what you're feeling, the suds, the dishes, you know. I mean, use your eyes, see what's there, and then, you know, doing that. When you do something all the time, you can do it with your eyes closed, because you have you have sensories in your body. And so by closing your eyes, once you're ready, because I know a lot of you guys just watch me just to see what it looks like, so that you can close your eyes and then listen to me and then do it. Okay, and the thing is that eventually you will be on your own. You can do this, what you see me doing on video. Girls, my grandbabies, girls, what you see, okay, you can do. And your experience is going to be way different than anybody else's, okay? So don't be so excited to... Be excited to share your experience, but when you're meditating with someone, it is a personal journey, okay? It's not like, which I know some of the dojos, or I call them dojos, I guess, but you know, when they come together to do meditation and yogi and all that, or whatever the case might be, okay, they'll share their experiences, okay? And the thing is especially at first, you know, that is a personal thing when you share something that's happened to you in meditation and anything like that, okay? And I strongly advise that, because someone could say that this happened and I seen this, okay, and it might shut down the other ones. Like, why haven't I gotten there yet? Why are they? Because this journey is different for everybody. The time, the skill, the pattern, and that's the thing is a constant changing journey, a relationship to spirit, especially when you need to silence everything that you're seeing that's going on around you. It's just like when Paul is walking on water. Peter, I do that sometimes. Peter was walking on water to Jesus. As soon as he started focusing on what was going on around him and the storm and stuff like that, he sunk. Okay, before that, he was walking on water. He walked on water. So, it's getting into that, just like I was saying when I wasn't recording, you know, Jesus knew, I can't believe that, I can't say it now. Jesus walked that way all the time, okay, and he knew quantum physics. Jesus had something to do with quantum physics every step, every move that he made. So anyway, and the thing is he felt just like us as well. So what he did, it goes to say the enemy uses this all the time. He looks around like a lion. Who do you think you are? Jesus? Do you think you're God? Once you start talking like him, people do this to you, okay? And then of course you shut down and you're like, okay, boy, I thought they'd be happy. I thought they could get something from it. Sometimes we run after people, we scare the shit out of them. So it's a personal journey. Excuse my language. It's got to be somebody that, I don't use that language. Hardly ever do I say that. Now, I used to a long time ago. So if occasionally like the word comes out, then I know it's my audience and I know it's a loved one or whatever. They might even be hearing me next door, because it's the same building. So, and it is really thin walls, especially when you stand in the hallway, if someone else is over there standing in the hallway, it creates like an echo. And that's the thing too with meditation. You start with the children, and I think I was talking about this when I wasn't recording. If you have children, parents, if you have children, the best way to do this time with them and to have them do it with you, okay, is to give them a carrot or celery. It doesn't matter how old they are. Okay, you can start this to where you ask or you do it with them. When you close your eyes, your senses start to really magnify. So you start noticing just what you're eating, like a carrot or a piece of celery or one of those little chew things, or anyway, what they call them, they're really not good for you, but fruit roll-ups or whatever, the real sweet. And then you start describing it to each other, like back and forth, your child describes it and then you describe it, and you got your eyes closed, okay? And then you just try different things like that. But once you start getting connected to your senses, you can do this and just sit anywhere that you want in a recliner. Like I said, when you first wake up in the morning, that's the best time to start doing this. Okay, or right after you brush your teeth or whatever. Okay, you'll start feeling pulses, and then you'll start feeling that in your body. You're a little stiff in the neck area, and it'll get really, really hot. Or your lower back will get really, really hot. That's why it's really, really important at first. It's painful to sit up. Okay, and you got these new pillows or whatever to put on your back to get you comfortably so you can relax. You don't have to at all, not necessarily. You don't have to sit in the lotus position, Buddha, Indian style thing. Okay, if that is painful for you to do that, then you are holding so much tension in your body, and that's why you need to relax. Okay, and it's so much fun once you get to that nothingness, and then you hear that still soft voice that comes in every now and then, and you're like, it's indifferent because your mind is out and things can come in, and there'll be divine things. There'll be things that are going to be beneficial for you, like answers. Like, I love doing this at night, meditating at night on good things and visions and prayers for other people as I drift off to go to sleep. And it's just like, it's real crucial. If you listen to the TV while you're sleeping, what are you listening to even when you're sleeping, especially when you're sleeping? Okay, it's very, very important. So I'm going to wrap this up right now. It's been 30 minutes. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe below. I'll leave some links down below to my Facebook groups. If you're joining me from the Facebook group right now, then please subscribe to the channel, to the YouTube channels. I love it. It's private. It's a lovely place to be. No interruptions. So, and that's why I love doing this and meeting you guys. God bless. Put a thumbs up. Share this with someone. I thank you for everything. Let's come together and magnify God and come into spiritual warfare with truth. God bless. I love you, girls. I love you.